You. Are you on air?
I'm listening to you.
We have to communicate. You use some communicate concerning you are against anybody who is trying to subject your father in line with the Dr. Kofi Abufabusia. Your take on that?
I don't understand what you are saying.
Hello?
I don't understand what you are saying, so please try and explain it properly.
What I mean is, I understand yesterday we make some pronouncement at SYZFM concerning that Dr. Kofi Abufabusia wasn't a visionary person. Hello?
Yes, I'm listening.
We want you to tell us more about Dr. Kofi Abufabusia. The vision.
I'm not too sure I understand what your question is, but if you are asking about what I said on Radio XYZ
and concerning Dr. Kofi Abufabusia,
it was simply a comment on
the comment you made. The comment you made concerning Dr. Kofi Abufabusia,
that he was a visionary, and so on. And I'm saying that I don't see how Dr. Buzia or Professor Buzia can be visionary when he stood against the vision of our first president, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Dr. Buzia took over the leadership of the UP after J.D. Dankwa.
Okay. But again, if someone may ask,
he had a vision of African unity, bringing Africans together so that our resources, we can all work to sustain our foreign interests, that people like Dr. Buzia, which is totally unacceptable. It was during his time that other African nationals were sent away from Ghana, which again is unacceptable and not in the spirit, Pan-African spirit that Nkrumah introduced in Ghana and Africa. So on many
Mr. Sekou Nkrumah,
I think he cannot be described as man of vision.
We thank you.
Chairman, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, brother.
How are you doing?
Very well.
How did you find the program?
It's a very interesting, and I'm very happy as a chairman. And this historic, I'm happy that I'm also involved. You know, the country cannot develop without education. So if the president and the MPP have made a manifesto that they are going to help the tertiary people for them to get loans, it means that Ghana is going to join the developed countries, you know. And he said you don't need a guarantor. What you need is a national ID card, you know, national ID card. This is the first time. And what perplexed me was that, you know, that he said after you are national service, you have 1 year long period before you start paying the loans. You know, it means that Ghana, we are moving as a country to developed country. And he also said that all the students or the workers, you know, who will get jobs, they will also going to assist them for them to get the money, you know, to rent houses and stuff. A lot of people are suffering, you know, from money to rent apartments. So if the government is, you know, helping you like this, at least that abroad has come to Ghana. So this is what I
Ekosiisen On Asempa FM 94.7.
The CIMT Radio Program of the Year, Ekosiisen. Are you ready? You are listening to the CIMT Radio Program of the Year, Ekosiisen On Asempa 94.7 FM.
Asempa FM. Asempa FM. Asempa FM.
94.7 Asempa FM. So Ekosiisen On Asempa Friday afternoon, the 29th day of October 2021. Ekosiisen is live and airborne on Asempa FM, Ghana's biggest and the most authoritative political, social, and current affairs talk show. I speak on behalf of the best production team in town, a team led by Dominic Isiyaboa, with support from Nana Chum Berema, Jackson Osei Intiamwa, Eric Opare, popularly known as DJ Yeyo, and then Queen Star Japan. They make up the production team of Ekosiisen, and they are the reason why this show is number one. Of course, with support from Omanhene Kwabena Asante. And the Wabekan said, me hear some segments no Ebetramo so Enchebiara. Kaise and Fiada will be going to Asylum down to the NPP headquarters to pick that party's press conference and to be addressed by one of the Deputy Director of Communications, Richard Nyama. Inti Yebefa sa press conference namamu as and when we get the fee. But before that, no, there are some major stories making news this afternoon. First, a historic resolution passed by Ghana's parliament, and that resolution is to the effect say the Ghana School of Law enhwe na student entrance exams nibia omunya that minimum 50% mark. No, some of them got more. It be crying 61%. But new rule be a GLC they buy, you know, meant they could not be admitted into the law school. And the parliament passed a resolution directing the Ghana Law School say fasa student ninyina. What are the implications? What does it mean? Resolution of parliament, is it binding on any other state institution? And answer it is saying we'll get you that education anyway, and we could see saying so. And who in parliament and the pushy for Saturday ninyina the moon seminar ebebremo. We could see signs. And now so you shall see another list of the various factories under the 1D1F initiative. Maybe 15 of them out of 108 are buying currently operational. Not just a year Juma. as we speak, 108. They were under construction, they 148. They were in the pipeline, 22. And together, 278 projects at various stages of completion. In the end, the 16 regions, 108 na jumana hefa ena ibiwo, and then together with you, our listener, yashe etimi authenticate the list. Our ministry, the Abba. It's an exercise we'll be doing together, and Ekosiise Jumedi. So later on, the discussion segment, Ebe Bremo, and the Ebenya Ernest Kofi Usuben Pabon, so head corporate communications Ghana Gas Company Limited, studio ha sound so and Kweku Asafu Eji, deputy communications officer for the NDC in the Ashanti region, and they operate then say party for no. And Tuabamano to become the substantive communications officer in the Ashanti region. He would also join us in studio. Na yedi enkomo and na yebe pon tem kakra. Because when him say the much awaited Ghana Premier League season is here with us. Into the 2021-2022 league season. Very, very interesting games this weekend. When him so watching Kotoko any Dreams FC ever match. And a crowd of focus on the Legon cities on Sunday. In this weekend, some very interesting matches. And we are beginning our coverage of the 2021-2022 Ghana Premier League season. At 5:45, we would end the show. Now, sports team, let's take you over. Now, the first official game from this season's GPL. Etumi at the Abraham. Ain't Munshan so MIA. And please bear with us. Mamen fire boafuni din and Tujana fi Yenshen Twaso. Sounds of our time, Agbeve Herbal Center, Lucky Casino, and a Willet Properties. Me hear some segment and so Edu Motors, Obapa Product, EcoBank Ghana, Awake Purified Drinking Water, Rocksters Roofing Systems, and Aqua Taps Purification Tablet. Yeah, one-on-one interviews are here, and generally all the other interviews we do on, and my main kind was say over Facebook, I'll be home matches for this weekend. Ninara, ya posti you would see the GPL 2021-2022 season match day 1. And all the games are airbus this weekend. There are two in Facebook page. Oba Asempa 94.7 FM on Facebook. Obetimi Asha live stream. Now please like our page and share the stream. We would need you to do that for us. Share the stream. Now when you are being sure. Alternatively, you get onto YouTube, you watch us, you follow us on Twitter, you follow us on Instagram, you join us on WhatsApp. With all your messages, na yenshe enkai emamo. Inti Accra Lions, Elmina Sharks, and we end the live commentary at 6 p.m. Ochana Dreams FC near Sante Kotoko. And then on Sunday, Accra Hearts of Folk, Legon Cities, RTU, and the Great Olympics. Wow, that would be a great game. And Aliu Mahama Sports Stadium in Tamale, Bechem United ni Mediama SC, and Nana F. Giabo Park. Bibiani Gold Stars and Sony Brekum Chelsea and Nobe Koso Ewo Bibiani Ken Faisal ne Wafa Ewo Babayara Sports Stadium, Karela United and Adriana FC Ewo Camp Park in Enyanase, and 11 Wonders and Ashanti Gold SC Ohene Ameyao Park Ewo Techiman. And these are the games to be this weekend, back-to-back coverage on Asempa FM, the headquarters of Ghana Sport. In the Munshan and Song, MIA. Na me kai mo ye sponsors no ye interviews ye and so Hepa Plus Mixture, Consolidated Bank of Ghana, and a Concept Green Fertilizer. Your discussion segment, Mark Auto and Spare Parts Ghana Limited. You were Franco Trading Enterprise, Castrol, Dependable Herbal, and a Global Lighten Center Limited. I'm also Brian here, and discussion segment, no, Ebremo. Let me see. Oman Hene will be joining us. He's already here. And remember na kwaba na fe. Yasha said me here semino Abrem. As and when we get the feed from Asylum down, na yako akwakofa. Edi Abrem into Munshan so. Where say Obi Ekosiise saying is airborne inside Queensland. And I'm enjoying the show with Akosia Konedo Nana Sly and Gloria Opoamponsa inside Coventry University. Obi, happy glorious birthday goes to Gordon Asaribediako of Ken City Media fame. Have a blessed day, bro. Master P is in London. Let me also add my voice to the many well wishers. Gordon Asaribediako, a friend of this show, a friend of ours, a solid guy by all standards, editor of the ABC newspaper, and a presenter at Oman FM and Ken City Media in general. Gordon Asaribediako, happy birthday to you. Another October born. Another reason why October is the best month of the year. Gordon Asaribediako. Oh, you're too much. Happy birthday to Catechist Esiama Amponsa Victor, the Suhum session clerk, and also a tutor at Suhum Presec. May God bless you from Prince, District Treasurer, and the entire office staff in Suhum. In the Catechist Esiama Amponsa Victor, Suhum District Session, sorry, I want to believe say a presby. Or Chradie Suhum Presec here. I want to believe say a presby. But thank you and a happy birthday. Oman hine kwabena sante atnasi oman akwa banet saying.
Oko ina benji bebe oko isa so kuti press conference benji and some be on, but just that this time the shutter movement meti oni medical nimbi, the guys are good at what they do. Shutter. Oh, too much.
Shutter bang.
Shutter Wally. They are good at what they do.
And you there?
Too much. The guys are really good. Shatta Wale, he knows what he's about. I feel I'm at your SM movement, SM. Yeah, I openly disagree with a lot of but you're very talented.
No doubt about that.
Shatta Wale.
No doubt about that.
But the guy really Shatta movement. I think I want Shatta movement.
But when you hate a check account.
Oh, so the on economy situation or the side you go no gojo.
When they hate it.
What is how you do Jose? There's a guy now. Ukraine said be just onim the oye.
Yes.
Or break a certain barrier in the music industry. But the approach ne binimu, say we see in your man. So one here.
Okay, to Oba Asempa Facebook is a video be. You free prison.
Yeah.
Who's that on a medical call?
Yeah.
And no significance name.
Say and no yet to say Musubiano. Ediomachi, Ediomako.
Prison here Musu.
So amamre say nya BS ni pakoro no. E sign betim do akọ. Amanye wako fabro betim do akọ. Ene nyoma intwato so nyoma bebre betim do akọ. So okoye nyoma we nyina gidie ne se ebre a woko back to po akohohoro sa ne manya no ohohoro no na ohohoro esu a enye papa etimi do ko na ohohoro ahohom bi edi wachi sa baaye no na ohohoro afasuban ne adwene ne bibia papa nti on kaida se ebre bi kra baaye a se esu no eduko wura baabi etise nti a tradition that you have to follow. It's very important.
That's an swat pa
na dia ko so iden kada so onko ekese dia ko see but we are almost still movement na me mentia shatter movement. Yeah, they've done well. Christian so we bia we no wo see what so ide obi the mini position that okoya beam nation no be e dey put na me say obi o ma fam beam ana do fi the chrome no
oh that me sa akode Kofi Kenata
yeah nipa obi the mini
sa akode ni Kofi Kenata
yeah
but Matisa press conference na share
Ekoba obi Ekoba assembly bi ni say insasine wo cantonments ne switchback ne labonin aban payfo a ebi ni more presidency omo tonton aban payfo o matoto nyina no ye be keka nyina because lands commission for so no ye hunu mo anti no ene oni so okoto asase na okoto osa prime areas na e be say who is your sponsor yeah the frustrations Ghanaian businessmen both local and outside they go through before ometimenya access to adwuma fia bi on person mo ye even e bi kura ja hoko say e person develop on na aban mu uba aban mu you come to amass wealth or you come to shape the focus and everything that the country has. Greedy bastards no and match them.
Young Comra, you call Asylum down by a bar and Komobi now. We hear some segment continues after this. In the Richard Nyama, Deputy Director Communications NPP, Asha Seya Kasayenko Timra.
Asempa FM. Asempa FM.
Election defeat trauma. He seeks to malign and destroy credible public institutions like the Supreme Court and the Electoral Commission with outright fabrications bordering on criminality without us holding his feet to the fire. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, the former president is a sore loser who cannot get past his second election defeat to the same man, President Akufo-Addo, who has handed him the heaviest defeats in our political history, first in 2016 and secondly in 2020. The evidence to this is the fact that ex-President Mahama, even after the Supreme Court ruling,
Asempa
has
FM.
officially not conceded defeat, nor has he been gracious enough to call to congratulate the president as we speak. The pain of this defeat is so deep that he is seeking to destroy every institution that played a role in the 2020 elections by fabricating and maligning them and sending his hawks after sale. The net effect of his actions are that he's eroding confidence in our institutions, which institutions he had the privilege of overseeing for about 6 years as president. When it suits him and it's in his, he's full of praise for the Electoral Commission. Stated 2020 elections has been adjudged by the same domestic and international observers as free and fair, and by far the most credible free and fair since 1992. But he's too blinded by pain and anger of his defeat. He does not see nor hear it. The former president sent his legal lackeys, including a former deputy attorney general, to run down the Supreme Court and the Chief Justice when he was handed his third defeat at the Supreme Court. What has become of the said contempt case, we are yet to know. However, the former president needs to be told in no uncertain terms that the elections is over and he should get over it. The former president, Mahama, that the commission engaged in electoral fraud through ballot stuffing is outrightly criminal, and we call on the Inspector General of Police to invite him for questioning and for the former president to make available all evidence of the said 1 million stuffed ballots to the police for the appropriate charges to be brought against the said personnel of the Electoral Commission who engaged in the said act. We have observed with admiration the new IGP lead Ghana Police into a new era where the police acts without fear or favor, and the IGP not fearing whose ox is God. The recent arrest of Reverend Owusu-Bempah, Shatta Wale, and Medical, based on information obtained in the media, has seen our confidence in the police grow. The Electoral Commission, calling on the police to investigate this ballot stuffing matter, is an official complaint that must not be ignored. We call on the IGP and the police CID to, as a matter of urgency, call the former president as a person of interest and a witness in this matter. The former president is not a serial caller who is entitled to make frivolous statements and get away with them. He has left this country, and his words must count for something. The crux of the issue is that the former president, after losing at the polls and the Supreme Court, has taken his case to the court of public opinion. In seeking to whip up the support of his gullible base, the former president is fabricating and making allegations that he is not entitled to. If there is any evidence of 1 million stuffed ballots, the 2020 elections, which President Nana Akufo-Addo won, will essentially flip to former President Mahama. Please note that the difference between the two candidates then was 500,000 votes. With 1 million ballots stuffed in Nana
Asempa
Akufo-Addo's
FM.
favor, it needs no saying that former President Mahama would have won the election by 500,000. The chance to make the said evidence available to give him an opportunity to appeal the first Supreme Court verdict.
Asempa FM.
So the verdict that has been handed out can be appealed if he submits this, because this, we think, is fresh evidence, and the police should assist him to do that. The do or die strategy. The fabrications of 1 million votes ballot stuffing is a grand strategy being prepared by the former president to cause mayhem in the next general elections. He is playing the victim by crying foul and concocting non-existent evidence to prepare the grounds for electoral violence in the 2024 elections. If the IGP and the police CID refuse to invite him for questioning, they would have given justification to the former president Mahama and his supporters that he was cheated out of 1 million votes, and these ladies and gentlemen will be enough justification for his goons. Mind you, the former president and the NDC have justified their do or die slogan and are taking steps to
Ekosiise
prepare
On
the minds of
Asempa
Ghanaians
FM.
to do or die. In other jurisdictions, disgraced former officers who embarrass the whole country by flying millions of dollars to share to footballers will either be behind bars or at least feel ashamed enough to hide from the public. Unfortunately, in Ghana, this is a sign of party loyalty and warrants praise and stardom. The NPP thinks that Mr. Elvis Afie Ankra, the NDC Director of Elections, who made the following comments, also needs to be invited along with the former president by the police to further explain himself. And I quote what he said. So, if you have a Supreme Court that will not create the conditions for the truth to come out, will come out to say that it was very transparent despite the issues that went on. That is why we are saying that, okay, 2024, we have learned our lessons and we will not go to court. We will settle it. Whatever, anyway, anyhow. This is the former president are openly inciting the public against state institutions, and the police cannot look on unconcerned. Incompetent leadership. At the Supreme Court, led by their star witness Johnson Asedun Ketia, supported by Rojo Metal Noon and Dr. Pesa White, the NDC failed to adduce any evidence and were relying on the chair of the Electoral Commission to make their case for them. What the former president fails to tell his supporters on his thank you talk is that his appointed agents at the Electoral Commission were so incompetent that they abandoned their posts to go charge their phones after having cups of tea. If the NDC only discovered that elections are won and lost at the polling station in 2020, after the Supreme Court made such a declaration in 2012, it only speaks to how incompetent and unprepared they are for the next elections. Instead of blaming everyone but themselves to take a look in the mirror, the NPP will beat them to pulp in 2024. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, the NPP is adding our voice to the call by the Electoral Commission for the police to further investigate this 1 million ballot stuffing claim by the former president. Failing to do so, the police owe it to Ghanaians an explanation why they wouldn't, Mr. IGP. Secondly, we also want the police to take note of the inciting comments of both the former president and the director of elections of the NDC and have both cautioned to that effect. Lastly, we call on the NDC supporters to ask their leaders the following questions. 1. If former President Mahama at an NDC forum alluded to the fact that one of the reasons the NDC lost, I repeat and I emphasize, one of the reasons why the NDC lost the 2020 elections was due to electric polling agents, what business has the NDC and former President Mahama blaming the Supreme Court, the Electoral Commission, the NPP and everyone else but themselves? Lastly, the NDC leadership should make available all pink sheets of both the 2016 and 2020 elections to a panel of NDC experts to evaluate for themselves and possibly adduce new evidence to appeal the judgment, if indeed they have any pink sheets at all. Thank you very much, and I may now take your questions.
Asempa FM.
Edi Emma Omampini na Dankwa Ekufu Ado. Anso yeken onfa adanse bia ento dwa. Se ebe kan so a okọ Supreme Court. Se abato na ayekọ ye no ebio onte no ho ase. NDC na ewe ne ye anso yedi abano Emma na Dankwa Ekufu Ado. Anso yeken asemu ya odi tudwa nei okọ court no na enka ho. Enti ye bisa esan se 1 million votes no na nke nukre bi wo mu a na se di 1 million no Emma John Dramani Mahama ne a ohwi abato na ayekọ ye na o mampanyin na Dankwa Ekufu Ado nkunim die na onya ye no na eye 500,000 enti ye di 1 million Emma John Dramani Mahama ne a na nka onu momu na edi nkunim EBT na Dankwa Ekufu Ado 500,000 votes. Enti Supreme Court na okoye no. Sa danse ya ekita no na eba nansa na wamfanko. Na sa mre no na oni sa danse no na wamfanko a yesre no enne. Se wanya sa danse na potokasemu no is a criminal offense for the Electoral Commission to be engaged in fraud. Entino, sa 1 million ballots no, yes, IGP, ye wura dampare, obo edwuma ma obia ni age se ene Ghana police ya ade omanya akukuduru a mutumi chi apanyimfo nanka kane ye nyina suro se entimi emamu enti ene se omampanyin dada John Dramani Mahama se owadanse a ekyere se electoral commission wie abanemu ma MPP dia ye wura dampare yesrew se de na woti ne wan fremamu etimi di kwache Reverend Owusu Bempa ne Shatawale ne medical no we the electoral commissioner anu mutu amoto ye omo se omo srew omo pawocho hwehwe asem nimu enti MPP ensu di ye de ka ho ye srewa ye wura dampare fre ye former president John Dramani Mahama enimonimo ya onfa na danse embetudwa na hwehwemu na ehu omo electoral commission omo di sa dwuma no a ye wura dampare ye se fa omo efa marakwan so ye se fa omo efa marakwan so esanse ye wura na ado danko akufo ado does not want to be a stolen verdict president na yesre Ghana mpanyinfo peace council na nkeka ho nsɛm a o mampanyin dada John Dramani Mahama edi nam no etimi bumai etimi dintokoba ono ade atudwa o se 2024 eye do or die no o ma hyase eboaboa omo ho eboaboa supporters se ombe do or die na yesre se monso monkebi na mummisa no ensemo a oka no ense emfata NDC mpanyinfo a omudi omonim ewa electoral commission abato no mre ye nyina ehwe wo TV so ye wura rojo metu nunu ni pesa white omukodu wa ti ela na omunum echinji ana omudi ni se empa no ana brodo ana biscuit na so ti ni de omunum ye ewire fi omu phones kura to the extent say edu mrebinu omo se omu phones na ewu nti omu jae edwuma no se omu kososo omu phones na ediwe ewe ni aba ebedi oman so that is the mark of an incompetent leadership. Now NDC for enkan kire omo supporters because yewura ase edunketia onya chairman na obedi onya day secretary na obedi onya mampanyin kura obedi enti di omo ya na se omo dada NDC for na omo di ase omo kom se elections no omo enlusu enti omo santo mom tutru omo make sure say John Mahama obia an contesting wo party nemu na yesre NDC for mwa mutie yewura John Dramani Mahama hia mo no kire nsemu o se mwa mo report mo ye e kire se ade ba kwa na eka ho a ema mo elusu elections ne se mo polling agents omo dodo na omo anko suku enti ade a na omo te hono kra na omu nimu de omo ye enti we ene 1 million na ye wi aye no de he na ye mfa yesra mo ya mo mbisa mo mpanyimfo na asemo kakra say yes now say ko gina NDC anamu osu electoral commission na wo phone enti utumi esori fi wa na edwuma no unimu ye na say we na mudi be ko 2024 abato no mu a ye kan si so biomu say MPP be hwemo 500,000 votes no man hwe ni ya e di be ko 2 million votes because breaking the 8 no mo pa mo mpo ye ni abre pa ye be winning na so ekwan amudi elections yi fa no ye mama kwan ma mo nye nsa amudi NDC enim ye wura evisa free tuturo se mo kaya ye ko South Africa World Cup Brazil okukuru say $5 million play no mu e di koma footballers ye wa ye hiye mo tna TV susu ye enne sa nipa no wa kukuduro efrega na fo ka kire mo say 2024 de besi nanka da foforo sa nipa no ohwe enunguase a odi ba Ghana nyina nti nanka yesa ofa no ho esi ebebi na so Ghana fa bibia afo ti anya kokuduro e na okaka kansem enti ono nso yese yewura IGP enfre ne bisa no de enti a okaka nsem a oka one former president Mahama ade potia omunim adanse potia omuwo emo kan nsem omo kan omo mfa ni nyina betudwa na settle scores no enimonimu ya na 2024 de Mahama pe on pe besa ahwe no me da se.
So at this point, if there are questions, if you have any questions, we would gladly take them. We invite questions if you have any. If there are no questions, we can already bring the session to a close. Are there any questions, please? No. Okay.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and bless you.
We thank you for attending upon our invitation once again, and we look forward to seeing you another time
next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Anytime I feel lonely, feeling sad, only one station makes me happy. When I wake up in the morning, only this station makes my day. Yeah. Oh, Asempa, Asempa, Asempa FM. Asempa, Asempa, Asempa FM. Oh, Asempa, Asempa, Asempa FM. Asempa, Asempa, Asempa FM. 94.7.
Asempa. Oh. Asempa.
If the Bribina, the Amucha, we are cowards in this country. I think I say we buy my as well as just a school for law 4 years ago. Mujaja, Yamukaka, Utikaki, cancer.
Okay. A year parliament resolution.
Oh, they should just give me a break. Will be no be war. And then I better to drama. You see, yeah, essence of man, yam pray and quail in Bribiada. Nay, I want to say, ye name the air course of Bribiada, we pretend we don't know what is happening. Or you never pretend, Organo. You name Ukraine, I will keep on pretending. It shouldn't even take parliament to get this power on this matter. It shouldn't take parliament. And my friend in Penufor, Omuko, Ombeso Musia, Omnianim, dear. When they go through this frustration, it is like, who show your new America, the incentives you enjoy.
Yeah.
Who service now, mobile the patrol, more benefits, Albania. I had your car, Obejinarium, I'm here, there's a Funu, Tunu, to Netchinu, Coco, Why do we live the opposite of life? Why? In Ghana, we are living the opposite of everything.
Now, at the time, I said way back.
Oh, please.
Parliament was on recess. After the parliament,
I'm saying that maybe I don't just do what you do to me. Because no, I was what I said. Problem we are now. So problem we are hanging gone for all this while. And then
this year they are peculiar.
Oh, what you see? It's peculiar. But that has never been the biggest challenge. This is a law in the entrance. One of the biggest faces is more who quite friendly partners are she. They be the most for limited people. And I say me, Nothing you trust. You trust someone. You pretend to see a friend. You must offer and a friend. Yati. It's not make catch us. The services in paying for now. Nipa be referring from immigration customs. Cemetery. Cemetery. With the American embassy example at show. Cemetery crime. Say wo immigration officer and customs officer. Say wo any prisons officer and fire. Say wo appointment. American embassy. Nipa 30,000 boom echo a day. Why? Ya kasa mo pray na change mra na mo decent na mo we kakra. They don't respect us. Mo da so defend say kwa mo di nipa fa so to get access to your services no the best. Say me mentiase. Mentiase ni say me common sense say o di nipa ma kogu awiem. Nipa over 1,000 kogu awiem. And only the best approach abit be use ana. Ono oba besum Ghana.
Yeah.
Not because in human treatment, yeah, I would say, maintain the mechanasi. Who penny per 5 now, 50,000 forms now we are, and the home could taboo away. When you actually move in Mudachi now, Moji bribe, and my crime immigration, give for 5 cities. Because even quite a fossil funny paragraph, the orientation alone, in terms of me, are missing Kotimeka.
Yeah.
That's the orientation. That's oriented head the corner. So Norman Basa we don't the catch defense minister and interior minister say swam so no opposed for the soldier for the CNE Kumasi swam every year ada ya cheap soldier ni bia onyusu online sis moto na no so Kumasi for na boja so na about yeah onyusu online omo boja hey we omo be na can drama em dey say
yeah womre wo yen
too much
we seem to have so much
of a time. It's the be no quarter blind side. Me see, Colors Department and the Lands Commission. No kosha bemu perform matonton yensa asia mom. Go and check.
State lands ana.
Go and check. Private developers kwa obekwa ko pebi 200 million times. In fact, we say can be krana. E be say catch say we there from above bia babeji. When a sponsor and no koto asase Ghana here there. We develop 1991 the president run the share say ankomo we say. And president Kumu go by in developers and you say whatever redevelopment and no kwa one plot and 2 plots. And an individual about asase it ma 1 acre. Why? It is switch back on the born honor minutes I come to my city. And also your blind side, almost to Tom almost. Why do we come to power to amass wealth or to check the welfare of the Ghanaian and the progress of Mother Ghana? Why? And continuously I keep telling that on my team, teacher for lecturers, doctor for engineers, accountants, obia team in fact, posia juma form penny 43 damina si from Koya Manusem. Sama we are doomed. Politics is only becoming the source of livelihood for us as a country. Are we not bothered? Are we not bothered? We are too much of we always want the status quo to remain. Mr. Colors Commission.
I love the Land Commission discussion, but I say,
so what I say,
Land Commission in Seminim. What Parliament did today, and what's the implication? Lawyer Nana Eje Bafwe wa a private legal practitioner. Yenini we are now at Land Commission in common. So, lawyer, akwa ba na pom to say.
Minia, Yankupon Busu Mobo.
Yeah, the Nyamea say.
Number also we.
Nyamea do me away, papa. And
there was a mining a cocoa, a consul,
and easy, and
mining
and and then they have to say Parliament a pass a resolution directing the General Legal Council say Omunshe admit, I think even the Ghana Law School. So Omunshe admit students are true entrance exams are Omunya more than 50%. But new rule be a law school they buy in Tiamo Montimi and Komoya 499. Parliament said law school shem fa Omunya. Is that allowed? Possible, sir?
Me bacho, me chawati for. I was a directive, you know. A government General Legal Council FA law additional say emrano any CCBA sa and the directive now or more than my any Susan Subia or Madam a directive beer in fact General Legal Council part of Mofa or Mopa or Monfa in Kusiche. Now Miss Somaminche Chwadi Mukaka. So General Legal Council is the creation of statutes. A yamra and a war. Inti se oye organization bi na se emra wo wana mo ntuom ene oni yebu nyina no emra na se bi anya do odi ye adwuma so na se bi esan se emra na wo na emra na adi to anamo wo de odi yire nti no bibia uye bia no untumi nye de emra no enka say so what I say enna de obeye no so no se eye de emra no aka se menya wo ya wati amra so enti de parliament ye ne no de esi ebisa ye ho ne se wo mra mu no that is the LI 2423 no wo mra mu no parliament to me she won sa so na se parliament into share almost na se parliament avie sa ehye na se wona ani so a esu so aso ne say eno se wo do me court wo do mo court aso a o me kan kire court a ne se emra no emma parliament kwan se wo hye wo mo into the parliament here no esu ni so aso bia the part what I say.
Yeah.
I say, Obeka say they are in contempt of parliament. Obeko parliament, I don't make actual say Embrano won say only sa resolution now or pass here and so. The part what I say. Enti Embremo emission so be na obi we be wama me kwan. Mama a little comment be. You mean say at the end of the court inti mebo modern answer me comment on the merit or the demerit of it. It is without doubt to say a brass said we may have to reform legal education in Ghana. The question is, reform being a year share baby to say England. Said yeah, mommy may refer to England because Yanko Pardon, Binyakunya, your law or meaning and Yamaka craft. Oh no, it may be they were also having similar problems and then they reformed. But question now, the BI reform and anything. Reform no anything. Because utie commentary a ekoswa. And say reformer obi a penny say. Obi a benya kwan na we law school bi. So utie commentary na. I say yensi obi a kwan na wa we be ko LLB. Uchape wenya kwan na ko law school. Uye law school pe no the practice the law. But what I say, Sana would see all the discourse.
Yeah.
And say I am say reforms no, and only reformer will be a share. But Obi, as much as say and only the ideal situation, there's nowhere in the world that Ubenya Ubia or LLB say Ubenya Kwenya law school. Now when you are a passing and so other practice the law. The Tamilian make us say that it will be actual say it is not to say I'm being insensitive to the applied. I need to emphasize that because any assembly you know. I thought the be now church no one can say yeah. Na I am say oh yeah insensitive. But we need to discuss the reality. Or what we call best practice. My number of few statistics be. What we call England, almost every university in England, and LLB, almost every university. So, but at the end of the day, there are only 8 schools in England and Wales will be Omuyebano. So, I'm running a professional law course. I'm running a professional law program now.
Okay.
And you are looking at a country like United England and Wales, who said when it comes to the practice of law,
the jurisdiction no the United Kingdom.
Yes.
England and Wales.
Yes.
It is also England and Wales show population. Na universities do over 100. Na obiye LLB. Ni she nipa do a graduate. So na schools pe ene wo ho. Eye ba no. Any for the solicitor's course, and not the say more than 8, but no crown will be more 20. So now Omina one feeling on their numbers. But that's what I say. Now, me kaise, me time that was 2008. 2008. Now Obi school be a maximum of 100. In schools, will be a maximum of 100 for full time, and work part time, so similar ceiling. That's what I say. Now, Obi, my bar, we are compulsory pupillage, only ansana what practicing. Me I say time crown. Nipa qualify as barristers were about 2,000. So it came out statistics about nipa do a LLB. Any schools do a bano. And I'm here massage would say for a given year, nipa a passe bano were just 2,000. Look at England and Wales population. Far bigger than Ghana. The economy is far bigger than Ghana. Ye kakura is near lawyers. Pass or mama ya wajuma and ye Ghana in England. That is where most of the commercial we cry ACA. Very complex criminal cases. And so nipa a year to the bar Obi they were just a little over 2,500. Obi now 2,500. The actual number of people who get to practice 450 because for a given year the number of pupillage spaces available in England and Wales about between 450 and 500. Where your pupillage won't mean practice it. Your friend again the phone say a friend is a non-practicing barrister. So they say won't mean practice it, won't mean and one say you leader for a Juma company be no but won't mean practice it. This is England and Wales. If you observe for a country like England and Wales, the most of the people who are trained, they train them for the external market from Singapore, from Malaysia, from the Commonwealth, basically. In Russia, recently, people are making the argument say, Asempa admission to the Ghana Law School, Rwanda and Gambia. No, Rwanda and Gambia are only training for the foreign market. They are not training for people to practice in their home country. If they were training people to practice in their home countries, they would have regulated it in the manner which Ghana is doing. And so it is actually easier to train bigger numbers for the foreign market. So as I said, Obi, Nigeria with this bigger, large population, bigger economy, or more law school in a given year. Nigeria is in excess of 200 million. Obi, in a given year, they only admit 5,000 people. 5,000 people. So I say, Obi, Kenya, Kenya, Obi, the highest Ubenya say a pass rate for a given year, Obi, is less than 40%. Kenya have a bigger population than Ghana. So I say, Obi, now you go even US, New York bar, and you can do all your research. A similar situation pertains there. Obi, this I will say, I think when it comes to training for the bar, the standards ought to be high. What I say, Obi, because you see, the only timer Unipa they lose to Lemkwa, and I say, one of the times Unipa between Lemkwa, and I say the assets, and your courtroom, and with personal liberty, and your courtroom, and these are entrenched provisions of our constitution. So who are right to life, who are right to own assets, and who are right to liberty. And it is not easy to take the life from him. As a matter of principle or among other things, the state has a duty to ensure, say, the people who will be making representations for people they risk losing their personal liberty, their personal their assets, and their right to life. The people are well trained. The standards are high.
Yeah, but Lawyer, I get your comment, but how do you establish that correlation between numbers and low quality? Are you saying, necessarily when we open up for more people to enter to take the professional course now, quality ever drop here now? Because I'll refer you to another common law jurisdiction. For example, Uko US, now Uko Florida, and Professor Kweku and Asare, a post to be about Florida, and he makes the point and says Florida, which is one of the largest states in the US, with a population of 22 million. In July, Omua na ekra law degree, no more 2,285. They were all allowed to take the bar examination. And Omua passe no more 1,637. The law degree holders there did not take any exams to go for a professional law course at a Florida law school and ask anything of that sort. And there is no such monopoly. He argues, sir, the Florida law faculties, and the deans, and a science running the professional law program, and they only prepare the students to take the bar exams. And then July 2,285, they take bar exams after having gone through the professional law program at the faculties. And a 1,637 a passe, they are out there practicing in Florida. And only reform proposals are so Ghana as a yenshe na yenyanisa. And again, you refer to countries like Nigeria, UK, and all of that. Great argument. But Sausha Ghana, population to lawyer ratio now, it is terrible. I mean, we have a region, the whole region, only 4 lawyers in good standing the practice and we should be alarmed and see how best we can deal with that way.
Okay, Obi, my 3 responses. The first response is that Obi, I'm not against numbers. The point I'm making,
Asempa FM,
say numbers no, because international best practice in most countries it was similar problem. No concern most problem what prevails across board when it comes to legal training. What I say, Florida is in isolation. Mama, New York, and you can verify. Mama, Nigeria, your next door neighbor. Mama, Kenya, sort I say, and Mama, England. It is with the Florida. Mama, more numbers than the Papua Day now. That's the first point. The second point, they say, Obi, numbers is not a problem. They mean there ought to be greater transparency and accountability on the part of General Legal Counsel. That must happen so that Obi Ekoyen Sohena were in charge. Oh, Yakupon Fasama, me pachoa. Me say Ubidi Kulim. Example na me cite.
Amen.
So na Sidiko Ba Obi you say me call na modia na manya den mamo enye machinations bia na yeden esi me part what you say.
Yes.
There is a need for greater transparency and accountability. Nemuno yen lawyer for ye pepere yo any say yema betu to you know na ye say ya sabi na ebia obi
Asempa
question
FM.
me part what you say. It's greater transparency na accountability in suba na se nipa koyen so he na omo ampasia You did you say nipa no omobaji atum se pass ya na anya den yam pass here. So now thirdly, secondly, obi no tise obi na Florida say me sie enti yenye bi enom ne ade a obi the piano, we must understand the sociology of the people we are dealing with. Who are we? Obi, so one to book Kuma, obey me the agony. So we be no one set a standard ye. Now, Obi, why we keep standard no street there? Obi will not be Piaggio. The dear Baba Kuma be Piaggio. Make us say, Miss say. I don't mean to be insensitive to BBR said we go through that situation because we did so I say we must have standard which is devoid of personalities. That's what I say.
Yes.
In Florida, say in America, when I was Florida example, New York, that's what I say. We say Obi. Say law no edapomo a obi kranka obi betese obi. More importantly, obi, your today's lawyer is your judge tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Your today's lawyer, he's your judge tomorrow. Sebi. So where ya judges papa, where ya lawyers papa, who ya judge papa. Ochina no obi tibe bi say judge no, sebi wakoji ademudie. Nanso na ya ademudie no kwaji you. Obi na atiana na etosi. Obi Machere universities miensa abie ewo kuruma fi ana nyankopon so ye madom nya quite say abie university wo England ansa na me be kuruma obi metumi aka kire wo say particularly the private universities and say the three wo ho enti obi say ya hanhye na ya ngade the standards are involving the standards applicable to legal profession obi because already Chroma standards are falling. Intermediate, obey your person uphold this standard to be ano. The mini background support no. Minimum, there should be transparency, there should be accountability, because these are the demands of Article 23 and Article 296 of the Constitution. Not enquire say, and then enquire exams, no. Meaning say guidelines we na se bi anyado e wo ho because exams here after the guidelines for be den aba that flouts Article 23 and Article 296 of the 1992 Constitution. So I say
in relative to the ACA with 499 students here anka wo be stress ebia GLs ni nya hu bibi right
obi me patrol GLC response to a seminar or more canon.
Okay.
And to be in a position to comment on it.
Okay.
Then we know maybe at the study Chief Justice so yeah of opinion. Say if there is then I think say the time has come. Reforms. Then we know reforms so we should not be pushed to follow a certain state in America. When that particular state, there's abundant evidence to say the contrary also prevails in other states in America. Let's not be pushed to follow something that will be say schools now LLB no more license no more yet ban obi piedien sabebu etiesu obi match me say
I don't know we can decide say all the faculties that be running professional course now. If we know faculties need be a meaty standards now, we allow those to do it. Said here, UK workers 8 faculties now, meaty standard no are allowed to run the professional program. We can do same here. Now Ankwankoye just one school. Say was say Obia Ghana School of Law.
But Obi, yeah, Udibadi, fa sign baby and Suka. Me mama na takasa. But the first sign baby and Suka. Yeah, that's how back to the same problem. I don't think I make a child because nipa na a big channel. Nipa na be chron so here no. So nipa na be chron so here no. And you na the benya plan asa koye ba no in those selected schools. So I say, for me, there should be clear-cut guidelines as required by Article 296. The areas are nkwalaa no anase students no ɛwɔ sɛ ɔmo esua deɛ na ɔmo yɛ ho nsɔhwɛ ansa na ɔmo apaase akɔ baa no nipa kyɛ ɔte aseɛ 2 yɛnim sɛ marking scheme ɛnie mekyɛ 50 a ana meekɔ nipa kyɛ ɔte aseɛ yɛkɔyɛ nsɔhwɛ a menim sɛ marks wei de wei ho they are 20% for this area, 30% for that area. The patch out there. Na afraid so semeko na me failure. Na me pese me call for remarking will be inquiries for Jimmy Skakesia because Skakesia the OGA it becomes a deterrent. The patch it is that we need clear cut standard. So we be back at say Ghana here lawyers Ghana here lawyers don't do say na here. Don't was saying in the media. I'll give you statistics. Say, a country like UK, look at their GDP. Look at a friend is saying the per capita income of individuals. The per capita income of UK. Especially Ghana, their need for lawyers and was stretching the then so on an annual basis. The number of barristers are omupie with England omutumi practicing to practicing a new thousand though. So because standards no was so say England we have bar exams who fail the first one who are right to reset who fail reset who are right to offense retake
Asempa FM.
So we retake now failure. What failure course now completely? You fail the number of years are who spending with bar school will be a share. So we be what I say will be part of Munsa be good muti. The patchwork I say it is because I've been a practicing lawyer in Ghana. You can ask Ghana lawyer for me now. Court sometimes I know be complaining in a judge where do what he say lawyer where to say is because standards no drop. Okay. Say obi jabembebu after win a case obi person dey court obi chisekan. So everything that we here say the body legal profession whereby we must put in place transparent
standards. I get you. On what Parliament did today, and binding on the GLC and the Ghana Law School.
With Niema partisan politics are populist Niema. So because Parliament only say what the pressure to General Legal Council so needlessly. So and to say BBR, I will see a general, especially when you know the law, especially when the law when I'm passing here. So you should know better. So what I say, okay. In fact, Obi, I admit there is a problem, but our approach and said that and yet it's okay.
Lawyer, may I not say, Bibiania, Yababa Bidin Comobio. Why?
Medasi. That bring in a money coin. Yeah, that's the platform media. And the Ghana there. I don't be a T.
Yes. Yeah, that's it. So, lawyer Nana A.J. Baffo, a private legal practitioner and Motenin. And he was one of our go-to people, timer, na Supreme Court election petition, no. Cost really was helpful to us during that time. And he says what Parliament has done and then any binding effect on the GLC and the Ghana Law School. And let's see how it goes. Already the students involved, Metre 499 candidates are filing on court processes, not court. And let's see how that one would also go. That's where we are. At least you some level of education.
But to be said, so was GLC for no, because man paying crisis space issue. Man paying response to me, it's so heartbreaking. But what can you do? Was it space?
There's a space issue, but they are still talking to see what they can do.
I don't know, but I'll be winning the opposite. The president himself admits that space is the challenge.
Said or Kasa based on what he's been briefed.
But that's what I'm saying. Whether he has been briefed or he has not been briefed, or if the briefing is proper or not, that's what the position of Mampenyi on this matter.
Challenger. Yeah, they are still talking. Meaning, say they can cross that hurdle.
Oh, but education. Yes, space in the Juma.
Yes, it should not be space.
Yeah, the president of the land has brought into one of the issues that upset space na acquire challenge. But another okay, meaning is a space. An issue for us. Bread to say when you acquire him as a man. It may no honor Milano, when Chassis, and I'm catching and your friend, and all this time explanation about
Parliament for them. So, more Rano. Now, more passing resolution and no more passes than your day.
We are so much or more
Emra, or minimum Rano. In the end resolution, no more passes and conquer your day.
Another Obi.
But
even before I go to Lands Commission, any and some would do. I mean, they can quickly now. Men can't a for so. We are Juma road ministry. Or about my quarter tea. Road ministry on. More workers nankasa at a baby numa. Abandonment in road ministry. More baby numa. No movement me but on one the supervisor advert no as at the companies bear 10. As a never doing in effort. All over my quarter. Ma onina ho. And that's very criminal and that's very shameful.
Workers are more.
A German who supervising the crown at the time of the 4 year raffle. Yeah, I say, yeah, cast a raffle. That was doing the effect.
Very, very unethical.
Very, very. And Ghana Numa do Duanano and we started from the road ministry. All about Makwata. Biawasu, na biawani. Na monitor system no monitor because a whole cross no and no more ya udi agomba ya fa wachi no ana de ba ko ai hu kura nie sa electronic signature no ministers refraining from all signatures should be organic bra me catches ministers no director general mo amude mo ni adaji no electronic signatures mo ja tutu akwa
and ombeku
how about makwata me catch no one
papa.
One year careful. Electronic signature na edobekwa ko wie enimkwase oroba makwata we no nonsense man. It is to be draw attention to some of these because they mean who they meet no movement e cost road ministry one of the highways no say one sitire ho fast omo the 6 better than 9 omo the 6 better than 9 and what is no classification of contractors no commercial assets or no capacity and efficiency and capabilities. You see, yeah, civil servants and public servants, are dangerous. We are very dangerous. We are very, very, very dangerous. Within a space of just 1 second, 2 hours, no, jump will be from classification A1, no, it will be called the highest one, no. Only experience, only equipment, only I'm getting the understanding that all about my quarter shall say the new maybe declassification, reclassification, or whatever exercise be cost. Mesreno. Oma neni and now because nipa do na beji nyuma omuntu bi nya abom so a case in point they won't to me and
cancer buedo Aji road 60 kilometers.
Ana ye nyai sa party sem na. Ashanti region highways so say for no so no. Ya omo ho chairman party some mo dey award contract. Ghana your problem o. Whether the person can do or cannot no. Yan show capacity. Who your chairman, who your secretary. Ultimo dey mo party bi aba power. There any party is there no. Ye dey any leader.
Ever ya no mpembo.
Moja ba pani e no man. Why? every contract biya wo man juicy biya no office biya juicy biya no aban mu mpanyimfo ne party mpanyimfo so is Ghana no is now ruled for 8 years 12 whatever years na wa ba on nko for na edidi sa edidi jani mu na mo chop lefa it dey bring from face and man tumpon e dey abufuo ni yaudie e hye nipa mu more and people don't give their best. It all the road ministry all the highways na kana na ni bukata na wo ye
na mo register companies and the contract never.
One day the law will catch up with you. Sister Sikani na nakodi. Sister nakodi. You know, we sit in this country and we pretend that we don't know, but we know. What who said Juma way ba one na okoy advert no. Na wa companies be 10. What's asase ni na asa ma. Na wa kra kwese na kwese so dem. And na okọ gremofo mosque bia. Wa dwene me yo say.
Highly unethical.
Me competent on people me adwuma.
Highly unethical.
They said the asa bakwase e adwuma na de abre obi. Yeah, wa
criminal. In the ministries, ministries. Sa civil servant na a register company dey contract no. They sell. And no one say na me madam for MP ba ko din
criminal.
And amount for to me the contract base we konya contract to.
What's the
Manasseh investigations were, you know, PPA, no.
Yeah,
that was a similar thing.
That's what is going on in this country now.
How much you know, Maton? You don't.
Now with this way,
amount
for be Juma. Now you talk about it. It's just sometimes you know. If you are not careful, this politics what is a bit too wrong. Now, if you need crown or mobile, against us in your party, na Ejijagu, switch back cantonments, Elaboni. They appear as angels, but they stab us at our back. But never sumi. Na mo ba ni sisa. Na ma ni pa ni chunya de phone mo hari omo. O ba ya o de fom afom ne mo so. Na hunya wi ase japade nyina.
O de kwan.
O de kwan. Wasi se bibia bobo. Eni ti na omo ko opposition a. Ni nyina sa hwehwan si form within a second. Oh, why? Why? Why, Obi? I got this document from Lands Commission. The names of government appointees and people at the presidency on this document.
Ah, in Sasana, a man for Kransa said that.
Ebinum crowd, you only be Masasi or Monomato. Ya jack from Munsemasa catch from Monko Baby for.
Hey, ah, ye de babe, a buying like ye de baye.
Say you know
you
knows around, and then your government lands be on ma.
Yes,
you go and negotiate with them and develop it as they want, and you people will partner and go and move on. So I'm saying that I go for the door previous administration, but this administration is becoming a nuisance. Why?
It is how a private person
difficulty in penetrating. Difficulty in penetrating. Who is your sponsor? One day, your sponsor will be in the court and you go to jail. And it's painful. The way I'm teaching of mine, very painful.
Asempa
Now, this could be a sponsor of a politician. And this could be a sponsor of a politician in this country. Because the change we want is not coming. Me my businessman Obi Ghana for mako bri omo jani wa manone aba so omo be ye adwuma e wo man Ghana. You can't imagine. Omo kwado omo ministry so kwado attention for them kwado omo nyon. Omo be nya age omo the blog eto. Na obi omo be ye adwuma fa nipa. Oh frustrated the impediment igu na akwa mu sa. Why?
And why? Deliberate and honorable Jojo Drew ka say the same ministry no o document be ko tables there 10 so
be bia so be drop system
na free her
be bia be drop sika when they come those who cannot stand it quickly they go only that time no
on Monday that's what we want to do
because unim ne bote wa bre wa manoni abo nim de any sika no ba obedu ya even just going through company registration or ministry accord licenses some visitation to the project or attention for the minister or whoever is in charge the crowd hey that kind of hey you might be in position obi omo ye drapa o omo say muade
Asempa FM.
They come and deceive us on radio and TV, speak good English and nice words, As if they have created an environment that is so cool. Come and enter, get your business going through quietly. Ghana ni yes or yeah, Juma. The frustration cry yeah tax companies. I'm an only share Juma na sepe ni a freedom atum.
And I say I'm an only no Ghana Investment Promotion Center here with Juma ma. Free Zones Authority here with Juma ma. You know beba no. Yashisha bibi go the amount come. But for a local entrepreneur, in Maminfa we in on Monday nyame ya domo. Yebeye Youth Forum on this show. Now the issue at stake no this youth entrepreneurship conversation yepesi challenges are youth need be FM to start their businesses. We've got people in abroad. Friends say but the stress they went through, they went back. We
were typical there were a lot of business people who came to this country.
Yes.
They had to go back.
It will get them to share the experiences with us. I know of people in Sweden on the buyer. Some of them have been here for 6 years, 7 years, almost share business as here. They are also doing well. They will also share the experiences with us, what they did right. Na and son Ghana for youth waha. So per se bibi on their own. Meaning banks. And some of them are doing very, very well. And we will have that conversation on Monday. God willing.
The level of frustrations are nipa binimu deliberately or more frustrated system. The kind of people that governments appoint to hold certain positions, we should not be interested. We cannot just pick anybody to lead any sector of the economy now. Not just anybody.
No. Meritocracy should begin to work.
Not just anybody.
Yes. I mean, this system where we don't appoint on merit. Why
party, you
know those things. It's terrible.
And yet it is a party here from Swa. What by the Oswa? About no Biatmaka. And Honorable Makwata, please come and answer. Why has it taken you too long a time to correct one to me? And then in Cancer Bodu. Why?
And for more money, in Cancer Bodu, the contract, Mansia South. Say also, it is one of the 2 or 3 districts in the Ashanti region. Omuni third road back in the whole district. In Cancer Bodu, major road leading into the district on the Wenya for years now. Acquiring the whole pro, Nancy and Suyotoye are blocking the whole district. Access road to the district not blocking. Wun to mean the contract or Miami district, Amansia West, 60 kilometers and over. Onye Bakumpo, not even 1 kilometer in the whole district. Over 60 kilometers. Enti ye can the American general so air can unfortunately no for their contractors in our more coins so.
I have the challenge with Kofi Job. Who's there Kofi Job no so no? Or no, you may be one so no. Now the president even says Kofi Job is super. Ampa Kofi Job is super. Because I buy Nisikasa. It's that man alone, one man standing. Yeah. 1 man standing, almost all the jobs.
And you know,
1 man standing,
okay.
And
I don't know why am I away.
Yeah, see, only the command. But I said that command team baby. Or capacity, or resource, or personnel. You know, party business. When you have power, your party people alone cannot make you succeed. Party business.
Because Kofi Job na ye a choir say who remufa a year your friend is saying ahojo who say back road yeah your friend is saying po
baby Daniel ko yi o come ofa Tinga Junction ko street make
demwa be trade Sokoban kwan say Kofi Job na ye
Kofi Job
na ye and he's done it why ya maka kakra bi pena we Ay, Charlie, omon fanem raya hona me de omon nyim free won to me nsem mfama no no nyama ye. Because won to me 60 kilometer road na wonya ba kom. It doesn't make sense.
And they come sometimes under deceit. And then make a minister say, "Say reclassification was whatever person o ye no." Omon ni kon. Obi be ba no kura B4 say okura dey in terms of classification. Just owo.
What the man afo a.
Oboa. Okoton. Oboa.
One of our major problems is a road there. We should be very much interested in Sadia, and make sure you be screening contractors. You can't take a huge concern. I don't know. Acquire when you so the any
that contractor is a joke. That's what we be catching on to. He's a joke. If this is the mentality of the contractors we have, say contractor no, insure if you assassin Asempa. If you road, you need to be on any channel. Hey, if you pay a pony leak,
and this is an 11 million Ghana city road.
If you pay a pony leak,
11 million Ghana cities, 110
contractor is insure 3x4 no if for more banner.
And we entertain him.
And AF.
We entertain him. Or the coins and giving excuses or the Niama could go chromo for Nevia. Now Niama go like I'm going to
oh, already.
Chromo for Nevia and you are also 1 year on see coin so. It's unbelievable. 11 million 110 billion road. 10 kilometers per
Charlie.
Hey.
Obi
it's bad. It's bad.
It is a between junior arms. No. There's a problem.
And yet, you back on so unim say NAPCO officially.
Yeah.
And then there was anke NDO.
Oh, you know years no.
It's a 3 years.
3 years.
Aso.
Hey.
And then I'm say officially was a ND. And you know me say do me mo hwe na yen ko NAPCO secretariat was say because omo can exit plan be.
Oh, it's on paper the exit plan. How many share on make it? Yeah, exit plan and come from between the 3 years as when you move. You know for
almost see you on friends say Anyas so say Anyas
doctor is it Dr. Anyas?
Yeah, Dr. Anyas.
Yeah, how many share they no more.
Okota kwa dey club here friend club Ayas. Club Ayas.
How many share?
Wa naje. Dr. Anyas inti omo meka exit strategy no because these are 90,000 plus Ghanaian youth in 3 years no aso say near free say mother see aso. What is that exit plan for the youth?
So there ba euphoria ni nyina partisanship.
Yeah.
NAPCO.
3 years now.
Sabeso. NAPCO.
What do we do with them?
NAPCO.
90,000.
Yeah.
Easy.
They be na NAPCO ba saba. You fanfare too much in this country. There's too much fanfare in this country.
Asempa FM.
Bibia you score points politically. It is the assessor opposition crowd na adwen boa no on fa mo because they go boa ebe na adwen no ebe yes ebe kwatia no na obi ya chichiri mindset
ebe
aya muntie Benjamin Kumbo
yeah
na simo okache de bia no ene nkoda no kura timi kache se protocol list obi timi fro kache se de omo ye nyina no for the cameras it ya fa nipa na wie dada na ewie na omo mako gire mu nyina no kwa. If you are ahead of any of these institutions, you should be ashamed. Baba mana be gire wie sa. Cosmo man you go through punishment. You be ho ama wadwin mu kura da of fine ama utrima your dese okukura o man franka rather no you are going through this harassment and intimidation.
It's sad.
Deceitful kind of lifestyle.
Very, very sad. Very, very sad. And where's the Obi? I like the J angle from my mind. Let him repeat that for me.
Hey, J Papa. J.
Appointees to be a J. J just want me a two known, right?
J Papa. Also, power. Your chief from Sassia within 2 seconds. On your beer.
And so we see some of them.
Who's that here? Oh, who's that here?
On our platform.
On our platform.
There's a platform.
You're cheerful in it too. Why say
or the form say team.
Kobuza kani minister si bia no mo no omode Land Cruisers ni motorcade and am Kobuza omo odi traffic no say if you help build the system whether in power or not in power we are all enjoying. We are all enjoying. And then now the protocol on the course with it do no queue. So what's the problem no? And then ubedi queue. Oh, tina bench now two nyina hyehyɛ say yambe tue nyina ka bako so that you feel it. Yes. So do it as you have the opportunity now.
Yeah.
And you want to say from to other From the Jubilee House to all ministers, deputy ministers, director general. You think that your power, you're going to hold it out till that cannot come? You're a joke.
Emre yeninkaso.
Into the whole people here, men yet. Now you say what they say because everybody's at your beck and call. You think that is all? Whatever you can do to change the system, to change the status quo, as a government appointee, as a Ghanaian who are a very influential person, do it because you might never know tomorrow.
And until that end, say ye share, say ye person ye random a imponi ye share. Young fan since 2000. That was the first time ye nya abai in society democratically in the Fourth Republic. In the Omayenfa from 2000, Emra now. Now me kase bo. And Osha within that period now making you know. Appointment Omampenyin for yenya eye ye no. Una see fa ministers and deputies in poa. And I fa ministers in Kwampo. Eye hundreds oh meboa. Hundreds in terms of the ministers. But me kase bobe 10 ministers from 2000 top of mind. No be kase akwa we de mehu sa de we ade we a legacy of asumesi na obenten obey minister ubetima about 10.
Well, best struggle, but first person who comes on top of my mind, Enyama Donko. Redly,